Let's look now into how we resist, because all of us resist change in some ways. We have so many ways to do this. There are many nonverbal ways. All sorts of things, like we could leave the room, begin to do something else, start flipping through a magazine, or pretending we don't hear. We also use assumptions, such as it won't do any good, or they won't let me, or they won't understand. Or we may have beliefs that are part of our resistance, like it's not done, or I can't do that, or it's too much work. And then, of course, there's always them. We use them as our excuse for resistance. We give our power to them, and we say things like, my husband or wife won't let me, or the stars or the cards are against it, or my doctor says no, or they have to change before I can, or it's against my religion or my beliefs. Or we put our changes on hold by saying, I'll do it later, or the time isn't right, or after I move. We might use fear as our resistance. I might get hurt, or what will the neighbors think, or I would rather die first, or I'd rather be divorced first, or I'm afraid to tell my husband or wife or boss. Don't all of these excuses add up to saying, I'm really not good enough? Many of you may be taking notes to give to your friends. You know exactly how to change them. Leave your friends alone. When we first begin to get some insights on how our minds work and how we can change, we want to run around giving our friends advice on what they can do to change their lives. We say, do you know what's wrong with you? And this never works. They will not listen to you unless you change your life first. The only way we can teach is by example. When we have made our own changes, then our friends and our families will come to us and say, you're so different, what have you done? And then they'll be glad to listen and maybe even try what you have done. When I first began teaching, I was not really practicing these principles, and my students didn't make too many changes in their lives. And it wasn't until I began to practice and to live that which I was teaching that I really began to help other people. So hold down your enthusiasm and don't run around trying to heal all your friends. Do your own mental work and heal yourself. This will do more good for those around you than anything else. Besides, we can't learn other people's lessons for them. They must do the work themselves, and they won't do it until they are ready. The student must come to the teacher, or it won't work. Now and then someone will ask me to go and call or see their friend who needs help, and it doesn't work that way. The person must ask for help themselves, or they're not ready to change. Once in a while, someone would get a lesson with Louise as a present, and I stopped accepting those people as clients, for it was a waste of time. Either they would not show up, or be late, or get nothing out of the session. When the student is ready, the teacher always appears. We all want our families to accept us just as we are. Well, remember, what we give out, we get back. So if you want love and acceptance from your family, then this is what you must give to your family. When you are willing to accept them exactly as they are, then they will begin to accept you exactly as you are. We must be willing to practice what we want to have. The golden rule is ancient. It was never created to make us into goody-goody people. It was showing us a principle of truth. Give unto others as you would have them give unto you. Let's use the mirror to check our resistance level. Look into your eyes and say, I am willing to change. I am willing to change. Are you hesitating? Do you feel that it's not true? What is the belief that's in the way? Remember, it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Don't let this thought stop you from becoming free. We are looking for the real problem, not just the outer effect or issue. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need within us. When we can find a positive way to fulfill that need, we can release the problem. Willpower and discipline don't work to make permanent changes. See, if you're overweight and you diet, you can have all the willpower and discipline in the world. You can be really strong, and for months you may not eat one mouthful of food that you shouldn't eat. And the moment you drop your willpower and discipline, bloop, there's the weight again. It's because you haven't dealt with the real issue. You've only worked on the outer effect. The real issue with weight is usually fear, which creates fat for protection. And you can fight fat all your life and never get to the real issue. And you would probably die believing you were not good enough because you couldn't lose weight. Your need to feel safe could be fulfilled in a more positive way. Then the weight would leave by itself. So let's look a little deeper. If you're having problems with the last affirmation, I'm willing to change, then do this one. I'm willing to release the need for this problem or resistance. Let go of the need you have. Now, procrastination is another form of resistance, of saying you're not good enough. If you procrastinate, then you will not allow yourself to have what it is you say you want. Resenting another person having good in their life is another form of resistance to your own good. You will be giving out resistance to good, and that is what you will create in your own life. There is plenty for everyone. No matter how much air you breathe, there's still an abundance for every person on the planet to have as much as they can use. Many of us were raised to be victims, to feel that they are doing it to us. The problem with being a victim is stuck in their problem. And we no longer choose to be stuck. We are learning there is something we can do to free ourselves. If we say, I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that is creating this condition, then immediately we step out of the victim class and we begin to take our own power back. We realize that we can dissolve the problem that we helped create.